Before we get into today's video, I just want to show you what an honest mistake looks like, just in case you haven't seen one before. This is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Look at the referee's positioning, and look at this, right? Morelos shot, bang. Honest mistake.
But it all was bullshit. It was a goddamn joke.
Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we are back for another brand new video. Today's video we will be breaking down Hibs versus Rangers, giving you my thoughts and opinions on the game, and as always leaving the comment section open for you to get your thoughts and opinions out of there. And yeah, I just want to dive right into this one because it's late at night now, I'm heavily medicated, so let's see where we go in today's fan recap. 3, 2, 1. Hibs 0, Rangers 0. Now that was the final score, but believe me, a lot actually happened in the game. In fact, if you're looking at it maybe from an outside perspective, you're not a Rangers or Hibs fan, it was actually a really good game of football with two teams going after each other. It was hard challenges, getting stuck in, and actually some good. In fact, I'm just going to interrupt myself right there and say that was one of Rangers' best performances so far this season, because listen, we went to Easter Road, we had 19 shots, 9-10 on target, whatever the final one actually was. It was a great performance. We created chance after chance after chance against a team that just absolutely outplayed Celtic just 3 or 4 days ago, and we went to their house and bullied them rotten. The only thing that was missing from the game, you already know by the scoreline, is the goals. We created so many chances. If you've seen the last few fan recaps and stuff like that I've done on the channel, you've seen how frustrated I've been watching Rangers not create anything. Sideways, backways, not creating a sniff, getting 1 or 2 shots on target the entire game, having 1 shot in second halves. That never happened today, not even a little bit. We went after Hibs right from the very start and we made these chances. We just unfortunately, frustratingly never took them. And that's going to lead me to the first play that I want to discuss in today's fan recap, and that was the very best and probably worst of Alfredo Morelos, because you see what the man can do. He was up against Efe Ambrose and the young lad, was it Portras or something like that? Sorry if I'm saying his name properly, it's probably the medication. Anyway, he was up against them two, and I've got to be honest with you, he stood his ground, he got involved, he made a lot of things happen out of absolutely none, because I thought Grezda and Candeas were a bit rank rotten today, I'm being honest. And as much as I love them two, especially Candeas, everyone knows that I always talk him up. I thought his passing, his delivery, I thought his link-up play was really poor. So a lot of time, if you go back and watch the game, Morelos' chances, he was going and getting it, he was winning like a scruffy ball, he was getting involved, winning something high from one of the long punts from the defence. He was making a lot of it happen himself, twisting and turning his man. But on the flip side of that, is he just missed so many chances. The one very early on in the first half when Gogsy came on, like the ginger goalkeeper, he came on, Morelos done some nice work, no look, shoots into the back left. That was a fantastic save, so I'm not taking anything away from Morelos there. Morelos done absolutely everything right, but the rest, like when he was one-on-one, when he got by Efe Ambrose, he just kind of hit it straight at the goalkeeper, maybe more composure. If the first chance goes in, I'm sure Morelos takes that second one, and then from there the misses just seemed to build on him, and you could see he was getting frustrated. Couple of volleys where he just blasted it high and wide. It was a frustrating night from Alfredo Morelos in front of goal, but his build-up play and his link-up play was absolutely brilliant. You can see what a talented player he was. And again, I could be sitting here in an alternative universe saying he scored 6 goals tonight. Genuinely, he was involved in so much. Taking a little sidestep from Alfredo Morelos just for a little minute though, we need to talk about Ryan Jack, because I thought that was another player that was just absolutely brilliant. And if I'm honest with you, this is probably the 3rd match in a row that he's won man of the match. He was absolutely terrific, dominated in the middle of the park, intercepted everything that came forward. One of Hibernian's strengths is the quick counter-attack ability. You saw that when the goals against Celtic, how quick they could turn that to that. The time that they done that to Rangers in the first half, they go by everyone, like Tavernier done like this kind of weird matrix move. They skinned everyone. The one man that didn't dive in and make a mistake and wasn't sold out by their quick movement was Ryan Jack. He stood up, put the pressure on Shaw, and I believe Shaw ended up hitting it wide from there. Ryan Jack was absolutely brilliant, and again continues this leash of life that he's got going forward in the last couple of games. Even in the first half when he was playing centre defensive mid, he was still trying to make things happen offensively, and that's great to see. So one of the standouts for me has to be Ryan Jack. Now, if you follow my fan recaps, I normally try and break down the story of the game, but it's extremely hard to do that because it was sort of Rangers chance, Hibs chance, Rangers chance, Rangers chance, Hibs chance, Rangers chance, Rangers chance. That is the kind of back and forth aspect of the game. Like I said in the sort of intro of the intro, Hibs actually played their part as well and probably could and should have scored a couple of goals. Shaw missed two massive chances. I think Kimbiri hit one over the bar as well, which I was very delighted with because I think he's a very good player. But I don't know, I know we've dropped points and everything like that, but I'm not sitting here aggressive or angry. In fact, I'm more encouraged by what I saw, because the last few games, even when we won against Hamilton, I still looked at it and says we just never created anything. That game right there showed that we can create things and is sort of a boost. Easter Road's always a tough place to go. You're not always going to be guaranteed 3 points. You can see what happened when Celtic went there just a few days ago. They are a good side, and coming away 0-0, disappointed that we never won. Maybe gives us the fire in the belly, go and take it out in our next game. And yeah, that's sort of my fan recap of the game. Something else that never really stood up to me, and I didn't want to turn it overly negative, but was Tavernier. I thought Tav was really bad, and you kind of much I love Tav. I thought just everything was sort of off with Tav. Even the 74th minute where we'd done a beautiful counter-attack of our own, Koulibaly had a better second half. First half he looked a wee bit off, but second half he grew into the game. Nice little touch with him, Morelos, getting the ball out wide. They tramps it, we finally tramp goal it. Tavernier's there just to tap it in the net. Tav misses the ball and falls on his arse. That sums up Tavernier's performance from potential hero to absolute zero. Which gives me a nice little transition to something else. Now, I know Tavernier missed that tramp opportunity, but we honestly had 3 or 4 in that game. In the first half, Koulibaly's running down sort of the edge of the box. He's got one player on him, I believe it's Efe Ambrose, but Grezda's completely on his own. Koulibaly decides to shoot from a stupid angle and just rolls it back to the goalkeeper when Grezda's sitting there at the back post with nobody. Morelos, one of the ends where he flicks it in between the two defenders. Again, he's really tight angled. He's got Grezda once again beating Whittaker for pace. He's in there to the left by himself. Just pass it to him. Let him tap it in the net. But we shoot. We need to be more aware and more composed in front of goal. That is what's been shown to me. If we just look up, there's an easy pass there and easy goals. That'd be nice, Glasgow Rangers. Which leads me to my final thoughts. I was encouraged by the way we went and played at Easter Road, but I think that game highlights the fact that we are missing the killer edge and the killer touch. The sort of clinical player from midfield that's just going to pop up and grab a goal. We still don't have that. We're heavily reliant on Alfredo Morelos, and when he does have an off night in front of goal like he did against Hibs, who else is scoring the goals? Nobody. And I know I've joked about it at the very start of the video, but that referee call was just absolutely disgusting. The fact that he is looking at it, right, he can see it's a clear, deliberate hand to ball movement, so clearly it's a hand fricking ball. I mean, Thompson, you're staring at it, son. You've got spec savers on your arm. Maybe get them up there, son, because you need them. That is a clear handball decision, and I'm not taking anything away from Rangers and saying, oh, we blame the referees, that's why we never won the game. We had more than enough chances to win that game of football, but that is clearly another honest mistake by the referees. But that's it, that's me all done and dusted on a late Wednesday evening. What did you think of the game? If you haven't done so already, please consider getting involved in the comment section below. As always, we're about to jump over and read out Twitter, but I'm currently charging my phone just now, so transition. Transition now, look, I've got a phone in my hand, it's just like magic. As always, whenever we drop points, I didn't actually do a man of the match poll because I'm a huffy little child, but I did ask the people what their thoughts are, and this is what they've had to say. Bear from the North says, up to the final third, we have dominated the last 2 matches, however, we have limited options to change the final third. We need to invest in January in that area and not use the loan market. Mark Menzies says, need to take those chances 100%. That was also 100% of a penalty. They should have been down to 10 men, but the poor refereeing decisions are just standard now. Very unlucky, and we will absolutely squash them at Ibrox. Alan McShagger says, dominate Morelos, just had a bad night when it came to his finishing. Agreed with that, mate. Confident we'll scalp Hibs at Ibrox next week. Red Neiman Lion says, brilliant performance, just no cutting edge. Bob Steele says, frustrated, no cutting edge yet again. We really need to start taking our chances. Johnny Curry says, both teams didn't score. I'm shite at predictions. So am I, son. I'm pretty shy at everything, to be fair. Anyway, Tony Wilson said, absolutely battered Hibs for 90 minutes, but like Sunday, brutal in front of goal, which is a concern. Probably our best away performance this season. And Tony, I actually agree with that, mate. It is our best performance away from home. Laugher at the Tim Slayer says, what's the British record for most set pieces without a goal? I believe we smashed that versus Hamilton or the corners. SCMCC says we should be celebrating 3 points. They were beeling. And the last 2 or 3 that we'll actually read out come from Ricky Forbes. Says best we have played at Easter Road in years, but still too many players letting the team down when it matters. Listening to Tav and Jack, honestly we are not winning the league with leaders like that. Fucking hell, that interview is embarrassing. Wow, that's a bit of a surprise. Marcus says good performance, worrying lack of conversion, but plenty of chances and a solid enough at the back. Can't follow a player except Tavernier. And the last one we'll read out comes from Stevie RFC 1872. Says Ryan Jack is quality. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard mine and the people's opinion. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. As always, if you'd like to click the link to the Patreon to support the channel directly, that will be in the description. I've been CJ over 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.